Good afternoon. So first video of the day, and it's a review of the first 3 games of today. We got 5 games tonight as well. So, hey, relatively light day for a Saturday. But again, we weren't supposed to have these games. These are the ones that were delayed from December and January. So, jumping right in, Philadelphia and Detroit. So the Flyers, they had a good game, but this has happened with Philadelphia before. They have a good game and they end up losing it. So, it was Hart versus Grice. Early tests passed by Grice. He had a very, very good game. Wings press at around the 2-minute mark. Grice denies Atkinson. And then Bertuzzi scores from Fabry and Suter at 5:36. The Flyers did press for an answer. In fact, they lead in the shots 8.5 minutes into it, 7-3. So the Flyers are playing well. Things get kind of scrummy after Jones holds on to a save there. Ernie with a wraparound, that was saved. DeKeyser has a blast saved as well. So Detroit does kind of even up the shots a bit in the second half. But we go into the second period with Detroit up 1-0, even though scoring chances did favor the Flyers in the first. Second period, the Flyers start with a full power play due to a penalty called at the horn after the first period. JVR was robbed. That's killed off. Lawton then with a break, saved by Grace on that. The shots are 6-0 for the Flyers, 4.5 minutes in. Again, Flyers get off to a good start, just not able to tie it up. Sanheim has a chance that's saved. The puck goes the other way. And Zadina with a nice goal, and hopefully he gets going. He scores from Larkin and Stahl at 9:37. That makes it 2-0. But the scoring chances still favor the Flyers. So it's just Grace is absolutely stealing one at this point. Flyers press with 4.5 minutes left. Ratcliffe shot blocks one. Goes off of his hand there. He would stay in the game. Near miss for Suter as the Wings press. Stahl's denied in the slot. Lawton was denied on a breakaway. But the Flyers end up coming out of that with a power play. They end up scoring as well. It's Yandel from Lawton and Ratcliffe at 19:52. So the Flyers get on the board with 8 seconds left and makes the game 2-1. We go to the third period. Early press by the Flyers. Nemesnikov then with a rush chance. That wouldn't go. The Flyers get a power play. That's killed off. The Wings get a power play as well. Sider has a blast that's saved, but his next opportunity goes in the net to make it 3-1 from Larkin and Lindstrom at 9:05. Shortly after that, Mayhew, as he's crashing the net, he ends up getting tripped up. He crashes into the boards, and he was bloodied on that play. He left the game there. Lawton would score, though, shortly thereafter from Konechny and Provorov at 9:49. So that makes it 3-2 and keeps the Flyers in it, and the Flyers would press for the tie. 7:18 left. The Wings go back to the power play. That was killed off. Gets 2 minutes off the clock. The Flyers did press after. Fabry has a net feed. That's cleared out. The goaltender's pulled with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, which allows Rasmussen to hit the empty net from Larkin and Gagne at 18:21. Makes it 4-2. That would be your final score. Detroit gets above 500, 22-21-6. Philly, 15-24-8. Shots 13-9 in favor of Philly in the first, 15-10 Philly in the second, 6-4 Philly in the third. Final shots 34-23 for the Flyers. Power plays, the Flyers 1 for 3, Detroit 1 for 2. Hits 21-19 for Detroit. Hart saves 19 out of 22. Grice saves 32 out of 34. Very good game for Grice. And so, yeah, Detroit, they keep their hope alive just a little bit. They are still 7 points back because Boston goes into Ottawa today and kind of gets their game back. Although, really, this was about a fantastic first period and then kind of riding it from there. Let's go through it. It's Swayman versus Murray. Smith can't bury one, but then Frederick does at 45 seconds. So Frederick scores from Smith and Coyle, and it's 1-0 very quickly. Bruins try to add another. 3 minutes into this game, the shots are 8-3 for Boston. So Ottawa's defense in the first period, not fantastic. Swayman saves when the Sens try to press back. Hall with a net feed, that deflects to Murray. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4 after a scrum. The Bruins would then get a power play not long after that. Pasternak has a shot that's blocked. That's killed off. Foligno ends up hitting the post for Boston against his former team. And then it's Lazar scoring from bleed at 13:26. So 2-0 game right there. Sens get a power play. Their power play came into this one 0 for its last 22. And even though it looked decent, it's still. Good power play. It's killed off. Coyle then has a chance that's saved and held with 1:23 left. The Bruins get a power play. So, coming out of the first period, it's 2-0 Boston. They're on the power play, and they have 22 shots after one period. So, really, really tough period for Murray. He saves more in the first than he had to the rest of the game. Second period, Senators finish the kill strong. Bruins puck pressure. They're not giving much room to Ottawa at this stage of the game. Tkachuk then had a net drive that wouldn't go. The Senators press at 5.5 minutes. Howell has a chance that's saved and held. Tkachuk blasts one high. Senators get a power play. There was a post for Shabbat. It's killed off because it's a post. It's not a shot. So there were 0 shots on that power play. Tierney couldn't bury one. Frederick was robbed in the slot. Smith has a chance that wouldn't go. And it stays 2-0 after 2. Third period. Josh Brown has a rush chance. He fires high. Stützle with a near miss as the Senators press. Hall with a rush. He fires wide. Tierney with a near miss. The Bruins had a 3-on-2 that misfired. Lazar scores, but they challenged for goalie interference. It was pretty obvious that it was goalie interference. So, yeah, that wasn't going to stay up there. Coyle then has a net feed that's saved by Murray. Gaudette has a tip shot that's saved. Connor Brown nearly scores as the Senators press. The goalie is pulled with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. There was some good opportunities for Ottawa around the net. Bruins ice it with 1:48 left. They had a couple empty net attempts too that missed the net. 30.5 seconds left. The Senators call a timeout. But in the end, Boston holds on and they get the shutout. A very important game, and I understand it's only Ottawa. But they go to 27-16-3 with the 2-0 win. And Ottawa 16-24-4. Boston really did need to win this game and just turn the tide with the losses they've been suffering and win a game without Marchand and Bergeron. So the shots were 22-8 Boston in the first, 8-6 Ottawa in the second, 14-9 Ottawa in the third. Final shots 37-30 for Boston. Power plays both teams 0 for 2. Hits 44-42 for Ottawa. Very physical game. Swayman saves all 30 shots for his 4th career shutout. I think Boston's goaltending is fine. Murray, 35 saves on 37 shots. I say that because all year I've heard about the Boston goaltending, but I think it's fine. I don't see any reason to necessarily panic about the goaltending. So for Boston, they stay that 7 points ahead of the Detroit Red Wings, and that is a race to keep an eye on just because it's possible Detroit gets hot. It is possible that Boston has its struggles. Can't assume, though, that a team's necessarily going to struggle without certain players in the lineup. All right, last up, Columbus in against Montreal. Now, Montreal is 0-2 under Marty St. Louis, but Montreal's playing better. And this just shows how far they have to come, right? There are some good stories here for Montreal, but they're still finding ways to get losses. So it was Merzlikins versus Montembeault. Ends up being quite the goaltending matchup. Bjorkstrand scores on what appeared to be their first shot from line A at 1:16. And so the Habs 2-25-4 when they're trailing first. So this is like worst case scenario, right? Montembeault allows one early. They don't play well when they're behind. This has been a problem. Turnovers were an issue for the Habs early as well. The shots were up to 6-0 for Columbus 3 minutes into this game. Columbus was just swarming. They were all over them. They would not maintain that pace, however. Caulfield has a rush chance that saved. Laine had a chance on a turnover. That was denied. Domi versus Weidman, but they didn't get enough punches in for a fight, so it's 4-on-4 for roughing. Columbus controls during the 4-on-4. Columbus ends up getting a power play as well. Habs penalty kill, though, wouldn't let them set up. There was a shorthanded chance for Evans. That saved. The power plays killed off. Last minute, Nyquist and Werenski were both denied by Montembeault, who after that early goal had a fantastic first period. Second period, Lehkonen had a rush chance that wouldn't go. We get a power play for Columbus, and again, Evans, shorthanded. His shot was blocked. Roslovic fans on one. The Habs did kill it off. Sillinger then has a shot that's saved and held. Max Domi ends up hitting the post, so those helped out Montembeault a bit today. Paling with the net feed, that wouldn't go. The Habs press. Gallagher has a rush chance, that's saved. Merzlikins charges out to get to the puck. It turns into a bit of an adventure. He does get back into the net to make the subsequent save. Montembeault was the one keeping this at 1-0. Werenski gets denied twice late in the second period. We go to the third with it still 1-0. Columbus gets an early press. However, Merzlikins comes out. This time it goes to Gavrikov. Gavrikov throws it up to Paling. Paling throws it over to Caulfield. Caulfield buries it at 2:55. So Caulfield, 2 goals in 2 games since Marty St. Louis took over, and he almost added another right after. So this is a good news story that Caulfield's starting to look like what he was expected to be before the season started. And that can make a big difference. It reminds me of Stamkos, his first year. Under Melrose, things weren't going all that well. Melrose even saying he felt like, Stamkos should be sent back to junior. He wasn't ready. You change coaches, and all of a sudden Stamkos looked really good. So maybe that's what we're starting to see with Caulfield, which if you're a Habs fan and you feel like Ducharme should have been fired sooner, that has to drive you crazy. Nyquist for the rush chance. That was defended and saved both. So good defensive play to kind of bother Nyquist, and Montembeault makes the save. Armia with a shot nearly fools Elvis there. Hoffman has a rush chance save. The Habs get a power play. That's killed off by Columbus. Caulfield has a chance that deflects out. So Caulfield with a lot of opportunities, first and third especially, really noticeable out there. Toe save then on Hoffman's shot. No idea how Elvis saves that. Near miss for Gallagher with 1:27 left. Columbus gets a power play. And with 6.5 seconds left in the game, Laine buries it. Werenski with the assist at 19:53. So Laine's been hot lately for Columbus, and he gets the winner. Your final score is 2-1. Columbus goes above 500, same as Detroit. See if they can stay there. 23-22-1 for Montreal. 8-32-7. Again, it is a miserable season for Montreal. You got to find the positives. The positives today, Montembeault, good start. And for Caulfield, he seems to be getting the scoring going. So, shots. 18-8 Columbus in the first, 14-9 Columbus in the second, 14-10 Montreal in the third. Final shots 42-31 for Columbus. Power plays, Columbus 1 for 3, Montreal 0 for 1. The hits 23-16 for Columbus. Merzlikins 30 saves on 31 shots. He was excellent. So was Montembeault. 40 saves on 42 shots. Very entertaining game. But again, Montreal finds a way not to win the game in the end. And Marty St. Louis was taking charge on the bench. They showed one point where he was talking to Jake Evans about some issues he was having out there and who to cover and whatnot, because his line was giving up more chances than they were getting. So that's the kind of thing you want to see. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding the early games. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.